Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving into one of the biggest, most talked about topics on the planet, artificial intelligence. It seems like it's everywhere, but what is it, really? Well, in the next few minutes, we're going to break it all down. What it is, how you're already using it, and where this is all going. So, let's get right into it. Everything we're about to talk about really boils down to this one simple, powerful question. It's a question humans have been asking forever, from old myths about clockwork creations all the way to the science fiction we watch today. It's the core dream that powers this entire field. And even though AI feels so new, like it just exploded onto the scene, the ideas have been cooking for a long, long time. Back in 1950, you had Alan Turing asking his famous question, can a machine fool you into thinking it's human? Just 6 years later, bam! The field officially gets its name, and then, in 1997, the world watched as a machine, Deep Blue, beat the world's best chess player. The dream was starting to feel very, very real. So let's get on the same page. When people throw around the term AI, what are we really talking about? It's a massive term, so let's start with the big picture. Okay, here's the classic definition, and it really gets to the point. The key phrase here is tasks that normally require human intelligence. This isn't just about making computers faster. It's about engineering them to do things we think of as uniquely human, like understanding what we're saying, recognizing a face in a crowd, or making a tough judgment call. Right, so if AI is the car we're building, what's the engine that's actually making it go? For pretty much all modern AI, the answer is this incredible concept called machine learning. And this is the real game changer. Think about it. For most of computer history, programming meant writing out every single step. If this, then that. But machine learning just flips that completely on its head. Instead of feeding the computer the rules, we feed it a ton of data, a ton of examples, and let it figure out the rules for itself. It actually learns from experience. So how do they do that? Well, you can kind of think of it in three main flavors. First, you've got supervised learning. That's like having a teacher who gives the machine a bunch of pictures and says, this is a cat, this is a dog. The answers are already there. Then there's unsupervised learning, where it's more like a detective. We just dump a mountain of data on it, and its job is to find the hidden patterns, all on its own. And finally, you have reinforcement learning, which is basically learning through trial and error. Just like in a video game, it gets points for good moves and loses points for bad ones, and it just keeps playing until it gets really, really good. But what happens when you take that machine learning engine and strap a supercharger to it? Well, then you get deep learning. This is a super powerful evolution of machine learning, and it's actually inspired by the most incredible computer we know of, the human brain. So what's the real difference here? With standard machine learning, a human, a person, often has to do a lot of the upfront work, basically telling the program, hey, these are the important details to look for. But deep learning, with its neural networks, it figures out what's important all by itself. For really, really complicated stuff, that's a total game changer. So here's a super simple look at how that works. First, raw data goes in. Let's say all the pixels from a picture. That's the input. Then it flows through these hidden layers. The first layer might just spot simple things like edges and colors. The next layer takes that and finds bigger patterns like shapes. And the next layer might recognize things like eyes or ears. Until finally, the output layer puts it all together and gives you an answer, yep, that's a cat. So let's put this all together visually. The best way to think about it is like Russian nesting dolls. Artificial intelligence is the biggest doll. It's the whole field. Inside that, you have machine learning, a huge and critical piece. And then inside that, you have deep learning, which is a powerful technique that's driving so much of the progress today. They're not different things. They're all part of the same family. Okay. That's enough theory. Let's talk about what this means in the real world, for you. Because the truth is, AI isn't some far-off future thing. It's already here, and it's woven into the fabric of your daily life. No, seriously. Just think about your day. When Google finished your sentence for you in the search bar, AI. When your email magically knew which messages were junk, that's AI. The show Netflix recommended that you ended up loving, AI. Your voice assistant, your photo tags, it's all powered by this stuff, working quietly in the background. And its impact goes way, way beyond just making our lives a little easier. I mean, the scale is just astounding.
You have AI at JP Morgan doing work in seconds that would take a team of lawyers years. You have IBM's Watson sifting through millions of medical records to help doctors diagnose a rare disease. This is world-changing stuff.
Okay, so we've seen where AI came from, and we've seen what it's doing right now. But the million-dollar question, the one everyone's asking, is where is all of this headed? To understand the future, experts basically talk about three big stages. First, there's artificial narrow intelligence, or ANI. This is an AI that's a genius at one specific task, like playing chess or driving a car. Then there's the big one, artificial general intelligence, AGI. That's a hypothetical AI that could do any intellectual task a human can. And then you get to the sci-fi stuff, artificial superintelligence, or ASI. An intellect smarter than a human in pretty much every way imaginable. So, with all the buzz about thinking robots and conscious computers, which of these stages have we actually reached? Where are we on that roadmap? And this, right here, is the most important reality check. Despite all the headlines, every single AI on the planet today, from Siri to the most advanced self-driving cars, is narrow AI. We are firmly and only in that first stage. General AI and super AI are still just theories. They're what we see in the movies, for now. So this is where it all leads. We've actually done it. We've built machines that can learn from the world around them. And it leaves us with the ultimate mind-bending question. What happens next? What does it mean for us, for humanity, when the things we create finally surpass their creators?